Go live in a little bit. The Vibe on Air, streaming live on YouTube if you're watching.
Posting about issues.
No sponsorship for Gatorade till they give me a check, so I gotta keep this off.
Posting about issues. Just a bandwagon. How about that?
Yep.
Posting on issues just to have just a bandwagon.
Hello? Where you at? In the front here. Can you hear me? Yeah, that's what I mean. Can you hear me on here if I'm talking in the mic?
People who go out and do stuff. People who go out and do stuff just to test the law. You're breaking a law, stupid. Don't do this shit so you don't get in trouble. You're giving them a reason.
About to go on in about 2 minutes.
Girl, look just like you. Tell who is Robert Hubbard?
From Hubs Grove.
He can't say OMG. He's a guy. He cannot abbreviate that.
Okay. You know you laugh.
Rob knew I was just playing.
No, you don't. You would. It's like I told Hub the other day. Fuck him.
I'm eating on camera?
Yeah. No, you're not even on camera. I wonder why. Oh, you scooted over. That's why. You was in a good place. She scooted over.
I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to say that.
Whatever. You gonna scoot back that way when you okay? Yeah. Check 1 2. 1 2 1 2.
Indeed.
All right. It's time. Y'all ready?
I'll just make a mention for the pay it forward stuff, and the breast cancer month is coming up. It's almost October, so we'll be touching base on that. But I'll just mention that.
Whatever works, Buttface.
They can pay it forward to by giving me money in advance of some pay it forward. Get it?
All right, it's time to go. That's right. You are tuned in to the hottest, livest, most phenomenal, the greatest show on earth, next to Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey.
Too many hands.
This is the Vibe on Air. Mr. D's the open mic king in the building. The one and only big homie PJ in the building. We got Butta in the building.
Hey, I'm still eating.
She's over here eating and shit. And you are tuned in. You can check us out by going to YouTube. We are streaming live right now. Just look up the Vibe on Air and go straight to it. You can also check us out, of course, on Facebook. If you're looking at me now, you probably see me on Facebook. And yeah, more to come after that. But what's going on? We're going to be talking about a few things right now. I don't know what's going on my phone. But we're going to stop that right now. Today our topic is going to be about sex and the different uses of sex. The way people use sex, the misuse of sex. We're going to be talking about that today. We're going to be having some ratchet news, of course. PJ got sports, Butter got paid for it, and she's going to have a few seats. I got the power update. It's going to be crazy today. It's going to be real crazy today for sure. And we're going to get this shit started. We got PJ in the building. What's good, man?
Once again, another radio show is homeless. We ain't got no home, y'all.
We're not homeless.
We are live from a remote location that will not be disclosed. We're homeless. We're squatters in this building. The people who own this building do not know we're here.
That's not true.
So I'm just telling y'all.
Absolutely not true.
Look out for us. If y'all hear anybody, searching around, y'all hear word that they coming to get us. Tune in and let us know because we are squatters.
None of this is true.
Butter is over here. Look, this how it is. Look, she's eating her meal.
My salad's almost gone, but it was one of the
And
best salads ever.
we squatting in here. Look, she eating her meal.
We are actually not squatting.
We got look at this equipment. It's like this is crazy. We don't have a sound room. We're squatters.
We have
and if there's anybody out there that
he's
can
really
help us
bashing
out,
our show right now.
please, we need help. We need somewhere to live because our show is homeless.
Our show is not homeless.
We have a new home.
It's our show
We
is
have a more
homeless.
plush home, as you can see if you're looking at
It is
it.
very much more comfortable.
I'll tell you what, though.
Better seats, you know.
I can't show myself online because there's light behind me. So my all the ladies out there, hey, my little ladies out there, I know y'all looking and watching.
Just move the light.
It's
right there
behind me.
Oh, that
It's
light.
so bright.
That's a spotlight.
That light is brighter than butter. I don't understand.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
I mean, like how bright you are intellectually, not your skin
No,
color.
he didn't mean that.
I would have said whiter.
It's because
did
you're
not.
luminous. It's
He
because you're
didn't
luminous.
mean
If you want to call into the show today, we have a new call-in number. It's 216-526-1555. 216-526-1555. Feel free to call in, and we'll talk to you. We got some guests coming in today. We got most of the cast. I ain't gonna say the whole cast, but most of the cast from the up and coming play, What Lies Between Friends,
Which is airing Saturday.
this Saturday at Warrensville High School. So
I'll
you
be
definitely
there.
want to talk to them. We're gonna be giving away some tickets too today. If you call in today, we're gonna try to give you some tickets so you can go see the show. Also, we got my man Carl TRENDSETTA Jones, photographer extraordinaire. He's gonna be in the building.
Something about that last name Jones just makes people trendsetters.
Really?
Nah,
That's what it is.
No,
Don't be a hater, Carol. Don't be a hater, Carol.
I don't know.
Well, you got to say my last name.
Khan.
That's powerful.
Shaka Khan.
That's right.
Khan and Carol, huh?
Shaka Khan. Let me rock it. Shaka Khan.
You know the Carols used to own the Joneses. Just saying.
How about no?
Really?
Yeah, you know Carol's a Irish name. We used to own some Joneses. Ain't no black people originally named Jones, so I don't even know how that came out.
Ain't no man named Carol.
It's a bunch of the men named Carol. Me, my father,
You're Irish now?
your sister.
My sister will be here today.
It's not Nakaya.
Yeah, no,
Not
not
that
the Kai now.
And she's your sister-in-law.
No, she's my sister.
talking
We
about
don't
the real
we don't use
Nobody
that.
breaks it down
We don't
that-
break it down like
that
that.
far.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they do.
My family is close. She don't say brother-in-law.
Unless you just don't
She
like
ain't.
each other.
She called me brother, so she my sister too.
No, she calls you that
'Cause I'm her
because
brother.
she wants to
'Cause I'm
make
her
you feel
brother.
better about
No, 'cause
yourself.
I'm her brother. I'm more of a brother to you than you are.
Really? Really? We'll see at Christmas time.
I have,
Okay,
I have,
right.
I have a follower who's ready to talk about the sex issue.
Okay,
Because sex
let's go
brings
into it.
kids
Hey,
to
dude.
jail time.
Wow.
Only if you're a loser, it brings that much.
Don't be horny.
Wow, you just called him a loser.
No, I don't think he has kids in jail time and child court.
You don't think he has jail time?
Well,
That don't
you don't think he has any jail time?
Not on Facebook Live, you know.
You make a bad situation yourself. I don't think that's what it brings.
Sometimes.
Sex brings happiness, relief. It's healthy. It
Stress and
those
drama.
things.
And stress and drama.
But what about when people
It's the
misuse
after.
sex?
The
You
after.
misuse
Anything.
sex.
So does food. Food brings death.
Not necessarily.
If you do it
Sex
wrong.
can be misused
You
and
don't,
abused.
you don't have to
It can.
misuse it to bring drama. It can
It's powerful.
it
It's
but
not the sex that's powerful.
it can be just that
Depends on who's
somebody
doing it.
decides not to live up to what I'm saying to what y'all said y'all was gonna do, and it brings drama. We're gonna get into it though, for real.
Yeah, because people talk a lot of smack, and when you talk a lot,
you a slacker.
you usually that's
Well, let's bring up the topic. We talking about sex,
when it's
and
not gonna work.
we talking about sex and how the different ways that people use sex, whether it's being misused or used correctly, but the power that sex has in manipulating things. Like, let's talk about, for instance, like women. You know, women use sex as a weapon.
I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, I mean, are you surprised?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't. But let's talk about it. Women use sex as a weapon more than the men, truthfully.
That's only because you use what you know someone's weakness is. I mean, it's like saying that I'm not going to use kryptonite against Superman if I need him to do something. Of course, you're going to use it because that's his weakness. If men weren't so dependent on sex so much, and
So you're gonna use pussy night against penis man.
They won't. If they didn't depend on it so much, and
That was
they
kinda
were
clever.
so weak with it, then yeah,
Wow.
the women are going to use it because you have to. I mean, how else do you get to somebody besides finding their weak point? And men's weak point is the penis.
Not necessarily true, because
It is.
there's a whole profession that a man has that deals with them manipulating sex. It's called pimping,
Pimping.
and they manipulate women all day with the dick. and their mind.
Really, it's about money, though.
It's about money, and it's about who getting the money.
Yeah,
It's about money.
the pimp.
Women,
It's about
women want the
control.
money, so the weakness for the women is the money.
But they don't get the money. The
They
pimp
don't.
get the money.
They
I
get
know
what the
that.
pimp gives them.
But they also need the protection, and
They don't need it.
They don't need
They,
protection.
they think they need it.
He told them that they needed protection, so he
Because
believed
honestly,
it.
the pimp's not really protecting
I
them.
know what they don't need, but mentally they do.
Yeah, mentally they think they do because
So
he's not
exactly,
protecting
so
them.
he's using their weakness.
He's not out on a street corner watching over
But
them.
that's how he gets the money, though, because he knows he'll make money by what? By selling sex. Why? Because it's men's weakness. He knows that if he puts some ass
It's a
in
weaker
man's
man's weakness. It's not all.
It's not all
weakness.
men. That's a
It's
good
a weaker
point.
man, just like it's a weaker woman's weakness
Well,
that want to sell some
yeah.
pussy to give it to their daddy.
Well, we're just talking about, the general population, not everyone.
I got something.
Most of them.
General population.
Most of them. Yeah. Most of them.
There's a thing that
Most
says
of them.
it says signs you're using sex as a weapon. So one, you withhold sex if you don't get what you want. That is generally from a woman's standpoint.
Yeah.
Women withhold sex when they don't get what they want.
Yes, they
Men
do.
cannot withhold sex because a woman can get it when they want it.
Because men, once they absolutely don't need a clap for that.
I think that deserves a clap.
Once men get what they want, they tend to fall off. Just like once a woman gets comfortable in a relationship, she tends to what they say, gain weight or let herself go. Men get what they want, they get comfortable, so they no longer want to do the things that they needed to do to get you. So once they have you, they feel like they don't need to do anything else. If you stop doing what it took for them to get you, then that's when they wake up and be like, oh, I ain't getting no sex anymore, so I'm falling off. Something's wrong.
But no, see, this is the point that I'm
So it
trying to
wakes
make.
them up to make their
When you talk about using sex as a weapon like this, when you withhold sex, so this is what you do. You build it up. So you build a scenario. So a woman knows how to do this, and this is what y'all do. You start the relationship off, and everything's all good. Y'all on a regular basis having sex, doing this and that, and both of y'all being satisfied. And then when it comes down to giving what they want, once they get it all reeled in and it's all good, and the guy like yeah, then it's like, oh well, I want this, I want to do this here, but why we can't do that? She don't necessarily say it. She just starts tapering it off, and it's like, damn, well, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And the man's kind of confused because we was just having sex, and he has no clue in the initial that this is what she's doing. It's the same way as you hook somebody on drugs. You get them hooked, and then you take it away when you can't get what you want.
Yep.
So as soon as you get, and no, it's a mental thing, because as soon as you give what she wants, then she give you some. And then when you, and it's a repeated cycle. Whenever you want something, you come around with the sex, and if he's not getting what you want, you pull it back. So right now, I'm hooked on it. So now I can't help but want it. And it's at the point where it's either I'm going to want it, I'm going to get it from you, and it's like so good because I've been getting it from you. You done pulled out all the stops and all the tricks. You done done that little thing that you do. I'm telling you.
But it's not, you know what? For some, yes, I will give you that. For some women, that's what they use it for. But for some, that is not.
Oh, no, it's not everybody, definitely.
Because sometimes women withhold sex because basically, like I said, the man got comfortable and he stopped doing what it took to get the woman. Because, see, we're naturally nurturers. We naturally are built for relationships. I'm not saying all women. Some women are just, made to be whores because that's what they are. But I'm saying for the most part, we are naturally made to be nurturers and with another man. We are naturally made to be, in relationships and like motherly. So we naturally want to please you. But when you start falling off, sex is about vibes too, to the right person.
It's true.
And if you don't have that vibe and you fell off, then we can't really get in the mood to even want to do it. So, I mean, men could just do it anytime, like little dogs. But
wait, like, I'm sorry, what? Little dogs? Did you just call men little dogs? Is that what you just said?
I was just comparing to the need of it.
She just basically.
No, I was comparing it to the need. I'm not saying that all men are dogs.
Really?
No.
Men, all of us?
No. What I'm saying is, if the vibe is gone, if the man is no longer doing exactly what he did to get you in the first place, that chemistry isn't really there, because women are more emotional. If we're naturally more emotional, when we're feeling loved and when we're feeling connected, that's when the sex is heightened, and that's when we want it more, and that's when we want it with you. But if you lose that, then we don't want to have sex anymore with you because the connection is now gone. So we lose the drive. We don't want it with you anymore. Not that we don't want sex. We definitely want it. But you know,
How bad do you
you
want it?
kind of miss
But
the
it's
spark
but
stuff.
it
So
still
no, so
doesn't
you withhold it.
change.
You think you're withholding it to use it as a weapon.
I'm not saying that in that instance. I'm saying when women purposely withhold sex for that purpose. That's what we're talking about. No,
Sometimes.
no, no, no. It ain't
No,
sometimes.
it
It's
is
women that
sometimes.
do that. We're talking about the women that do that. We ain't talking about all the other scenarios.
That's
We're
all
talking
you
about.
think of. So if that's all
It's
you
not
think
a
of, then
no.
your brain
Well,
automatically takes you to, oh, she's
let's put it to
withholding
this.
it.
Let's put it to this. My dude Lamar Washington said it dries up. She right. I want to put it like this though.
I'm talking about. Hold on, hold on. I'm talking about a scenario where two people are together. They're vibing
He said
good.
he right too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is going great. You know, nothing's perfect, but you know, on both of them are attracted to each other. Both of them are doing, you know, this for each other and that for each other. And then when a woman wants something extra, when she wants that, you know, fine dinner that you know that she normally only gets once every month, but she wants it twice that month, or she wants that new gift, or she wants you to, you know what I'm saying, let her do this, or she want to go on that trip with her girls and this, that, and the third. And then it's like, okay, when I can't get what I want, and Martin talked about it on his show when he was talking about Pam with the black. She know what to do. When you want something at the office, you come dressed a certain way.
Yep.
When you want something, you do that extra, right? But then when you don't get it, you pull it back. And mentally, we thinking, "Who I better give in because I want that extra." You know what I'm saying? So it's like you dangle it in front of me. I done got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Oh wait, no, you can't go on that trip, baby. You can't go. Oh, I can't go. Oh, okay, well, you know. And then all of a sudden, you come into bed with the headband and all the makeup crew. When you start doing that with the flannel pajamas on, you lock down like Fort Knox, and then I would reach over there, and it's a brick wall like that, like back up, and it's just like, wait, what's
Wow.
going on? And
We
then
don't
and
have
then
to
and
dress
then I
up
come
though to do
home.
that. We don't have to really do
I
that
come home
because,
with them tickets, and it's like, oh my God! And all of a sudden, it just fall off, and you look like Brooke Shields and Bo
oh
Derek and
my
all of them.
God,
And
no.
next thing you know, I'm getting head. I'm getting head. I'm getting extra head. I'm getting all type of stuff. You doing the little trick, the little ride, the little thing, you the rodeo. You got the heels on, the little negligee that I didn't even know you had. All of that stuff is what I'm talking about.
My
That's
man
the
Lamar
talk.
Washington, he on there. He said they are learned that what's between their legs is a weapon, and that's true. I got to
That's
say that
only because
that's a thing that's taught about that's passed down from woman to woman to show. You know, they have y'all taught different classes about etiquette, the way you should dress, the way you should do this, because you want to have an appeal to entice a man, and that's the way that parents, women teach their daughters.
we
It's
don't have to do that though. Why can't I go to the store and
Let the world see.
no?
You
It's
can you
I don't
can
have on sweatpants.
sex appeal is isn't defined as it is it's a broad definition and a broad spectrum of what sex appeal, what's sexy to each individual person in this world. What I meant by it was, and I gotta say this because somebody commented, Mara commented, um, and I'm gonna say what you said the last part too. She said, okay, if they piss you off, if we're upset, we don't want to have sex. I'm not talking about when y'all upset. I'm talking about when, like I said, everything is going smooth. Y'all are doing good. It's not about upset and you withholding it. It's wondering why, because you withholding it for a specific reason. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't
When
think
I didn't
none we
say
don't do
you.
that.
I
We
didn't
don't
say
do that.
you.
I don't.
Women do
I
this. I'm
think those are
telling you.
just the
It's a
ones who had the motive in the beginning.
it's the same way as if us men, you know what I'm saying, we would do something like, I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna make sure your car's washed extra good, I'm gonna make sure that I did all of this stuff around the house,
That's almost like saying if
but
I
the
have a
extra.
product, I'm not going to advertise it and make it appealing to get you to buy it.
but you
Am
do
I
have a
gonna?
product.
It's
That's the
called a
thing. It is a
tease.
product,
I
and that's
mean,
what it's treated like.
yeah, but we don't all use that
We
for.
got
Oh
a couple
yeah.
of people in the studio from
Oh
the
yeah.
play.
Oh
We
yeah.
talk
That's only
about
because
sex as
that's
a
all
weapon,
you're thinking about. That's what you
and I
want.
want to get their opinions on it since they're
Because
here. They're
that's
sitting
what you're
here.
trying to
No,
get.
you got my mind there. See, this is what I'm
We
telling
don't
you.
get your mind there. Your minds never leave there.
My mind got there because of the things that we did previously, and that's how you got my mind there. My mind wouldn't have went there. My
My
mind
mind
wouldn't have
never leaves
expected it.
there.
I wouldn't have expected it had it never happened. So you set it up. It's called building it up and taking it back down.
That's why women dress up so much because guys are more visual. Guys are all
You don't have
that's
to
what they're
dress up
thinking
for me.
about.
For me, I mean, I'm saying I can find if I'm attracted to a woman, unless she just come out and just is just disgusting. If she puts on her sweatpants to go to the store, I'm guaranteeing you, as long as she hopped in the shower and put some lotion on, and ain't
We hop in the
ashy,
shower.
and the clothes ain't tacky to where they just tattered and torn, I'm telling you, I can find something that's sexy about the way that she's dressing, because I've already acknowledged that when I first met her. That's a big part of how I feel. I got to be able to say I can be attracted to you whether you dress up or dress down. It's not about you got to change your look and put a whole bunch of makeup on. If that's what you got to do,
Lamar
it's
Washington
not
said the
working.
big bleed in this scenario is telling the truth.
So, in essence, and I'm gonna flip the script. I'm gonna go ahead and say that men can do the same thing. It's
Absolutely do.
we can be the dominant one in that situation. If the man is the one that's making the one, oh my God, he just do this and he do that, and the man figures out, man, when I do this and I do that, I get what I want, and when I don't do that,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? When she don't just or if she ain't cooking like I want her to cook, if she ain't making that meal I want her to make, I come home and I do this, and she hop right up and she go and do it. That's what's gonna happen. So it's a two-way street. But women, in a sense, and
Rewind, rewind.
I'm
Hold
gonna
on one
say
second,
this.
though. Hold on one second.
I said that, but what I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this, and people are going to disagree with me, but when it comes down to the end all, when it comes to the sex, women always are in control because y'all have the yes or no button.
That's because that's the main focus with the
But hold
men.
Not
on, I got
necessarily.
another woman in the building, and it's usually me and him against you. And Teresa, I know you. It ain't your time to be on camera yet. I know you, but I just want to ask you, how do you feel as far as do women use their power, sexual power, too much? Are y'all, you're a fairly attractive woman, you know,
Wow.
Oh, thank you, fairly.
fairly attractive. I can't say you're too cute because you might get a big head, but
She's beautiful.
I know she is, but I want to hear your opinion on it as a woman.
That bright light.
Yeah, like
That's a good question. Sexually, I think we can get what we want without sex. Uh, it all depends on who you are and how you carry yourself. It's not basically based on sex because you can be in a relationship and not be sexual and still get the things that you want and need. So that's kind of a
well, it's not about if
Which
you
goes
having
back to what
sex.
I was saying,
It's
though.
about the sexual part of it. I mean, sexual doesn't have to mean having
It can be
sex.
the anticipation of sex. It
It
can
goes
be.
back to what I was saying. If that's what we realize you're aiming for, if a woman is after something particular, if she thinks you have money, let's say take a gold digger. A gold digger thinks you have money. She realizes that you want the sex. She realizes you're very attracted to her. So that's what she's going to use. She's going to find what your weakest point is. If she knows that you like to eat and you always talk about a woman that could cook, she's going to make sure that she offers you food. She's going to make sure that she be like, hey, I can
That's what I
cook for
said.
you. What's your favorite meal?
You agreeing with me?
So it's only for the men that are after the sex
We all after
that
the
the women
sex.
could use the sex against.
We all after the sex. Relationships
But
are
that's what
all
I'm
about
saying
getting to the
is
sex at some point.
not all.
Oh yeah, at some point.
Well,
Lamar Washington said it's the same thing for men. We hold back
Well,
that bread.
There's no relationship in this world that I ain't saying the ultimate goal, but a goal is when you meet somebody. You ain't meeting somebody to just hold their hand. I'm going out. I want
Right.
to meet somebody to hold hands with.
Right.
You
No,
ultimately
but
are thinking at some point I want to have sex with this person.
well, it comes to that, yes, but
But
there is something that's just more sexual and attractive in a man more than just the sex.
I ain't gonna show it to you exactly. When I meet you, in my mind, you can't
You
know.
can't help it when you vibe though.
Yeah,
You meet
yeah,
somebody and y'all
yeah.
click, it automatically.
But
what about these people
That
have their
is sexual.
representatives out before
That is sexual.
they had their representatives out that they putting on the front until they get the sex, and then it's a whole other dude or a whole other
Oh
woman.
yeah,
You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
different topic. Yeah, you're right. But what I'm saying to you is when I say a goal. So when a man and a woman meet, okay, it's basically breaks down to either you're gonna be together forever or you're not. Okay, that's the wide scope. Bringing in a little bit more is. Am I going to actually give this person my phone number, or if I'm not? Bringing in a little bit more. Am I actually going to go out with this person, or am I not? And when you go out, bring in a little bit more. Am I actually going to have kiss this person or not? Bring in a little bit more. Am I actually going to have sex with this person or not? And then when you keep going, that's how you end up in other areas. So ultimately,
We don't
sex
have
is
to
in
bring
that
that up though,
path.
because I can tell you something about women. Women know
Oh,
off
I
the
know you know
top.
you.
Yeah,
You
we've
do.
heard that our whole life that y'all know
Automatically.
immediately.
But there, but there are
Unless
times
you
when
blow it, unless you get just a
exactly,
butthole like that, you can blow it.
exactly.
But they
But
already
but
know.
when you start here, somewhere between here This is meeting. This is marriage. Sex is in there somewhere. It might
Definitely.
be here for us, and it might be
Well, that
here for
comes
you.
with
This ain't the
That comes-
1820s no more.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody
that
trying to
comes
get
with
married
the
without knowing what you're
attraction,
getting
Exactly.
when you take it home.
comes
Exactly.
with the
So when you
attraction.
look at somebody, you say, I'm attracted to him. And then you start looking, man, if at that point you start pursuing, sex is on your mind.
That's the vibe, though.
It
That's the
may
vibe
not
that you
necessarily,
have.
it just means how far is it? Is it here or is it here? Because I'm telling you right now, I've never, ever, ever met a woman who I said, man, I want to holler at her, and sex wasn't on my mind at some point. She don't have to know when it is. I ain't showing her. I ain't sitting here
I'm
like,
gonna be blunt.
hey, baby girl, I
Most
just
of the time
want
when
to
you
hit
have a woman as a friend, you still had sex on your mind when you met her.
If she's attractive, you're right. And then sometimes even if she ain't that attractive to you, but you having a conversation and she gets you and you had some Hennessy and she gets you and you was sitting there and you know what I'm saying? It was a long day.
Or some Jack over there, like
you.
my man said over there.
and you locked out the house and she
A
gets
nice big
you,
glass
you know what I'm
of
saying? And you having a bad day and you had some Hennessy and you went over her house and she's sitting there like, oh, but it's going to be okay. And you lean back like this and you forget that that's not Halle Berry next to
I'm
you.
gonna try to tell you that this chick is really not attractive to you. You gotta go through all that.
Listen, but
Because I can
alcohol
tell you that
stimulates
I
a
could be
lot of
around
things.
the guy and the sex is just far from my mind. I mean, if the vibe is just not there, it's just not there. And
I
that's
feel
the
what you're
problem with
saying.
guys. Guys always have to connect it
No,
sexually.
we
They
don't.
do. They do because I've lost a lot of friends like that because you could be really good friends with a guy and not want to have sex with them.
There's a statistic that says
Guys
a
have
man,
fear of being
in a
friend
man's
zone,
head,
that friend zone.
they think about sex every 20 seconds. We think about sex every 20 seconds. That's what the scientific part of it is.
I mean, women do
But-
too, but not with everybody. Just because you have a penis.
No,
don't
you're
mean
thinking
that
about it. It's
I
not-
think
he's
about
not
But we
it.
are
saying that
more
you're thinking about it
aggressive.
because you look
We are
at
more
somebody.
aggressive in everything because we are men.
You're
We have
thinking
more
about
aggressive
it.
tone, and sex we are aggressive for that. And a woman usually wants a more aggressive man.
We're the hunter, you are the huntee.
And if we aren't aggressive, if we don't come at you aggressive enough, then we punks.
We
if we come at you too
penetrate.
aggressive,
No, it's not that. It's not that. I mean, it is aggression. We do want aggression, but it's not just necessarily the aggression. Is that we want to know without having to pull it out of you because if it doesn't come naturally,
You
and
like
you
being
don't,
pursued.
and you right exactly.
And we're-
so it's not. I mean,
Y'all
it is,
pray.
it is
We
aggression,
the hunter.
We
but
penetrate.
we need to
and y'all
know.
receive.
We need
And I
some
don't mean that-
reassurance because we start
That's
to feel
pretty much what it is.
unwanted. We start to feel unwanted.
Yeah.
Now, women can pursue, but we need to have some type of reaction. Like, I can't be the chaser all the time.
You
I
have
can't
to-
be the
you
one
have to
that's
do it as a
always
lady.
calling you and always asking
It's kinda
you,
like-
do you like me or this? Because if you're not showing it, but you do, then I'm gonna feel like you're not attracted. I'm gonna feel like you really don't like me like that. And if I'm all in this by myself, then at some point, that vibe that we had, that connection, that want to have the sex with you, is gonna start to pull away because I'm gonna feel like, well, it's not matching, it's not there anymore.
Gotta keep
and
it
that vibe
fresh.
starts to break down. So if the man isn't, a little bit verbally aggressive at least, or a little bit outspoken, then yeah, you'll kind of lose that, and he'll miss out on something really good.
Men and women are aggressive two different ways.
said
We're
really
aggressive in
good.
our action. Y'all aggressive in your action, but the way y'all aggressiveness is, sometimes your aggressiveness is the look that you give that maybe you letting me know without saying it.
Now y'all can read too much into that.
Sometimes no.
because
I'm talking about when you gotta. I'm
But-
talking about no. I'm talking about when you got a vibe with somebody, okay?
Yeah.
So that you and this person have had y'all got a history now, right? So you know how to push them buttons. You know how to let them know that you want it and how
Right.
to be the pursuer, but still let him feel like the dominant one in the situation. It's kind of like that purr that a cat will give, like you purring, like here it is, without saying it. Y'all got that connection. You understand what I'm saying? The man didn't initiate it, but he still feels like the hunter that he needs to feel like, and he's got. You understand what I'm saying? That's when you know you got that good vibe. Stop looking at. That's when you know you got that good vibe like that, and then that's how it goes.
and you got a lot of women who will play coy too. They know that they are interested in the guy, but they want the guy to work. And the biggest thing that brings me to say that is because you got all these different books now that tell you how long you should make a man wait and make him chase you more. The Steve Harvey book and all that stuff.
That takes all
What
of
about
the
just let
pursuit.
it be natural?
Let me tell you what that does.
Everybody's different.
If you tell me as a female and I meet you and say, well, we're not having sex until 90 days, okay? You know what happens?
I find a girl that's gonna give it to me in 20.
Well, yeah, that too. But what happens is,
Minutes.
okay, so we
Not
build up
days.
to that 90 days, right? And all these expectations, and you put all that pressure on top of it. And when it happens, I'm telling you, you're never gonna live up to the expectation that you built because that person's gonna think like it's supposed to feel like heaven. It's supposed to be the best thing that ever happened to you. It's pound cake and chicken and watermelon. And I got now laters and Doritos is what I ended up with. And
Wow.
I'm telling you right now, at that point,
It was a food analogy.
at that point, point, the pursuit is now over because you made me wait 90 days and I got that. And it's like,
Some people need to wait though. I think
but don't tell me. Don't give me a date. Don't tell me when to expect it.
those are just those women that don't understand.
Just let it be.
Let it be a
Let it go.
mystery.
Don't make it
The mystery
Don't
is
make
the
it
biggest.
and you got to have a date on your calendar.
The mystery is the
And you
biggest
exit
part.
off the days until it comes this date. All of a sudden, you just
And I'm
throw
not
yourself at a
saying
nigga.
bring me to your house, come out in some heels and lingerie, and sit there and let's watch Family Feud. Hell no.
I'm gonna tell you the greatest person who ever told this story, Eddie Murphy. When he talked about how the girl had him waiting so long and so long and so long, then he finally got it and he hit it and he killed it. And she come out like, I love you. Like, get the fuck away from me, bitch.
Right. Exactly.
Because like you played that game, I can play it too.
Exactly. I had a situation where I was with somebody, and this person, when I say made me wait for things, not just sex, I'm talking about it was just like the build up was like, man, and then I was like, man, she's really, and it was intriguing me at first, but it went on too long, and it was like I almost felt as though I was making up for what other people screwed up with, and that's where it fizzled out because it was like I got to a point where I felt like I just couldn't prove myself.
So what did you do to reassure her though? Because
everything.
Because if
bought her an engagement ring.
If we don't,
that ain't the situation.
I'm sorry, Tia. I'm sorry.
That situation right there is gold, and trust and believe. That's gold right there. Home is gold.
Guys have been through things just like women have. So guys also need to be proven to as well. But not all do. So let's say you come across a female who needs to have her proven,
and
she's not going to get hurt again.
Listen,
so
I tried.
What have you? What my thing is, and I'm talking about all.
We're gonna sum this up in a second.
But okay, so you come across a female that needs to be proven. Like, I'm not going to get hurt again. I'm not going to give it up like that. You don't have to give it up to everyone. How do I know this guy really likes me?
You know what I did?
Not gonna run us
I stayed the same person through every step that we went through. I still did the same things. And did more. I still called. Let's go out on dates. I wasn't like, okay, well, I spent the night. Like, yeah, I can stay here without us doing this, that, and the third. And it was cool. I didn't put pressure on it. I wasn't like, well, when? Or I wasn't pushing the issue. Now, our chemistry.
Well, she had more baggage than expected.
Our chemistry brought us together like that, and when she pushed off, I gave in. I said, okay, I understand, this, that, and the third. And when it got to that point, you made me wait so long, and the expectation was so tough, and it was just like it fizzled out because you drug it out too long. And I was like, at one point, no matter what happened, even when we got to the sex part, still after that, it was like I still felt like I was still proving myself, and I'm like, what have I done to not show you this? What have I done to not show you this? And that's when it was just like, the pursuit turned into, I just felt like if we was gonna be together, I was gonna spend my whole life proving myself to you in every single step. And it's like at some point you got to say to me either yes you are the man or yes you're not the man, instead of me feeling like I'm gonna be going through these obstacles and tests my whole life. So
those are just odd circumstances because some people have deeper baggage and deeper issues than others. On the other hand, some women may be like, you know what? He's been proving himself. I'm going to go ahead this time. I'm going to go ahead and just do it. And then he starts messing up. He gets way too
We could talk about this
and then
all
we
day.
get hurt, and then we like, well, damn, every time I give in, I get screwed. And I'm tired of being screwed.
We're going to sum it up this. I'm going to sum it up just with a question, and we're going to leave it at that. What if you wait for the 90 days and you finally get it and it was the worst?
Horrible?
Just leave it at that, and we're going to take this break. We're going to take this quick break. We're going to, first of all, let's do some shout outs to these people on our feeds. Shout out to Octavia, my man Eric Nixon, Arca Marie, Lamar Washington, I see you chiming in, bruh. Kalia Johnson, Stacey Lash, Fabulous Ferguson in the building. Steve Jackson, Fresh Start Staffing. I see you, man. You keep saying, I shouted out Fresh Start Staffing. If you need to find a job, go to Fresh Start Staffing. Heidi Ferguson, Simone Thomas. Who you got?
Oh, me. Oh, Damian Maxwell, Errol Copeland. What up, cuz? Tamika Harris,
Bad Boys.
Akil Dukes, James G. Johnson, Nicole Garrett, Larry Jones. Cuz, what's happening? Karanjit, Kool-Aid, Roberson, Mara. And Mara said a whole lot of stuff. I got to tell you what she said. My mama was listening. I'm in trouble, y'all. Hey, Mom. Leslie Hardy, Shantae Smith, Ezel Eason.
I got to hit the doorbell.
Appreciate y'all.
Who you got, brother?
I have Marvin Benz. Hey, what's up? CR Blocks. Hey, that's my cousin from Pittsburgh. Hey, boo. What's going on, Turtle? Michael Duncan. Don't talk about my cousin. Everybody got that cousin, Turtle. Pittsburgh is not funny. Anywho, Michael Duncan, what's up? Talisha Robinson. Hey, babe. LaShawn James, Eugene Sankey, Greg Cameron, Robert Middlebrook. What's up, Rob? That's my brother. Damon, Reggie, and Rashida, my cousin Rashida.
And okay, I can't go far too back.
You are too far back.
Yeah, too far back this way.
Wow.
We're gonna take this quick pause for the calls. This is the Vibe on Air. Catch us streaming live on YouTube. Feel free to call in 216-526-1555. Feel free to Feel free to call in 216-526-1555. We're gonna take this quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna do our little segments. We got guests coming in. Carl, Trendsetter Jones, the photographer, gonna be in the building. And we got the whole cast of What Lies Between Friends. I see you over there, Teresa. You already on cam, looking all.
She looking all glamorous.
We streaming live on YouTube right now. If you're on Facebook, keep following us too. We're going on break on YouTube, but we still gonna be live on Facebook.
We're going right on break.
Let's go.
Second, but we're still live.
Yeah, we live on Facebook, so we gotta make sure we don't talk bad about people because they can.
What's up? What's up? We need you.
Got Carl Trendsetter in the building right now. Subscribe.
And we'll be holding a contest very soon. So
We're giving away some tickets to the play.
tickets to the play, and you might win one of our books.
And we're gonna be spreading some butter.
How do I deal with this light?
I want you to turn it off.
I'm Jack. I'm Harvey from Leading the Wine.
I don't think
Tuned in
it's
to the Live on Air.
It's like it's messing up my peripheral every time I look over.
What's that? It's messing up your what?
My peripheral.
Your peripherals. I guess I should turn the mics off, huh?
My cousin Dina's not too. She's from Pittsburgh.
Make sure y'all stay tuned to the Vibe on Air. My man Mr. D's funniest show on the internet right now. She got DJ Chicago Nerve DJs. You know how we get down, alright? Peace.
This is Tarsha from House of Beautiful Lives. You are tuned into the Live on Air.
Check, 1, 2. Mr. Deeds, you tuned into the Vibe on Air with the one and only Mr. Deeds. That's right. And we back. We about to hop into these segments real quick. So, you know, we got to always start off with my man.
He could go all the way. 95 yards, 38.
And now, sports.
What you got for us, PJ? He hates that
Sorry
drop.
being a Browns fan. We just lost a draft pick, one of the best receivers that we had. Cameron broke his hand in practice. But before that, I want to talk about Sunday's game because there was a lot of bullshit going on. First off,
That was crap.
there is no way. Shout out to the Browns for scoring 20 points in the first quarter. The first time we done did it since I think Frederick Douglass was alive.
Wow. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna say it because the team can't say it, and they can't find me because I ain't got no damn money.
Wait a minute.
Frederick Douglass. Yeah, it was the first time since Frederick Douglass. He was in the dog pound when it happened.
Frederick Douglass, nigga.
He was in the dog pound when it happened. Hair out and everything.
Go ahead, man.
Listen, the officiating fucking sucked. There is no way in the world you call a taunting penalty with less than a minute to go, and he only flipped the ball to the ref. It dropped out of his hand. The ref that was behind him throws the flag, so he couldn't even see what was going on. And they didn't dispute it. Like, the refs didn't come together. And the next play, what happens? We ended up 2 plays later throwing an interception the next play. There is no way in the world that the NFL should be ashamed of themselves for not investigating and not doing something about it, because we definitely could have won that game. Even though Browns defense, you don't let 20-2 lead turn into a 25 to 23 or whatever. It's just sad that that had to happen. It was just disgusting. The team is going through some turmoil right now. We lost another quarterback. We signed some dude that I don't even know his name, and then we got our third string quarterback. I don't even know his name. Getting ready to play. We got Josh Gordon still not coming back till week 5. We got our starting wide receiver just broke his hand. Not sure how long he's going to be out. I think we lost like a player on defense and an offensive lineman too. So we are a real banged up, real young team right now, and it just hurts to see that we could have won that game.
We could have.
We could have.
We really should have won that game.
Special teams, y'all suck. First off, you don't get an extra point block. Who does that? And then he returned it for 2 points.
I was so confused with what happened. When that happened, I was like, wait a minute.
Because you're a female. And then the field goal that we missed. So if you think about it right there, we gave them 2 points and we lost 3. So if you think about it, what was the score? It was 25 to 20. So if you subtract the 2 points that they scored, shut up, boy. If you subtract the 2 points that they scored on us on special teams, and that gives them how much? 23. Mm-hmm. If you tack on the fact that he missed the field goal, if he makes that field goal, it gives us 23. Now we're in the red zone at the end of the game. We didn't even have to go for a touchdown. We could have kicked the field goal and won the damn game. But the officiating and our special teams lost the game for us.
Yeah, they did.
So it basically just gets on my nerves. The fact that the Browns just basically have to keep going through what we go through. It's a tough season, and we're only in week 3. We lost our starting quarterback for like 10 to 12 weeks. Not sure how long the backup's going to be out. Not sure when the receiver is going to come back. So, it really sucks right now. So, let's talk about this Kaepernick situation because it's still rolling on. So, now we got a lot of players who are looking at Cam Newton. First off, it pissed me off in the media because someone put a picture up of Kaepernick and Cam Newton walking past each other, and what they didn't show was when they stopped, they turned and they embraced. What they showed was a still of a moment when they walked back and Kaepernick looked at him, and it looked like he was giving them an off look, and it was just so messed up that they're trying to put it out there, and they're going after Cam Newton because they're saying he's not doing enough, he's not saying enough. Let me explain something to you people. Because you're a sports star, I'm gonna say what Charles Barkley says. It does not necessarily make you a role model, but Cam Newton came out and he had his views on everything. He didn't say anything negative, but he's not towing the line. He's trying to stay neutral. Sometimes staying neutral is the best way to be because you don't want to overstate something or understate something. So Cam Newton's job, number 1, is to be a football player. Number 1, his job is to be a parent and a black man. Number 2, he's a football player. So leave it at that. He's not running for office. He's not out here trying to be the mayor. He ain't, out here being a politician. He plays football. So don't hold these expectations so high on these sports figures. How about you hold these expectations higher to some of these priests and some of these leaders in the community? But I'm not going to jump into that because that's a different subject. Basketball. The Cleveland Cavaliers are still the world champions. I love
Sean
it.
Jackson.
They're going to be the world champions. People keep talking about this debate with the Golden State Warriors. Fuck them. I don't care.
Fuck
You
'em.
can trade for whoever you want to. It really doesn't matter at this point.
They can go back in time and get Wilt Chamberlain for all I give a fuck.
It just is what it is. Unfortunately, we do have some negative news. Iman Shumpert, seriously, dude, you get pulled over and
Yeah, that was
marijuana.
stupid. That was
Come
stupid.
on, man.
Don't you know they got Uber?
You're a world champion, dude. You're gonna serve a suspension. But seriously, what is it with you? How many players are getting in trouble for weed? And you, why can't you understand that the best place to do that if you're gonna do it? I'm not condoning smoking, and I'm not saying don't do it. At home, where you in the privacy of your own home, you ain't gonna worry about being pulled over unless you driving a car in your basement, and
Like, what's the point?
it's
But
just.
you're an athlete. Like, what athlete really feel like they need to do that?
Well, weed is
Lots of
something. One thing about weed is
It's good.
people raised on weed like people were raised to drink.
I'm
In
just
some
saying.
situations, so it's just natural for him to do it. He's an athlete, yeah, he knows better, but in the off season, they're not getting tested. So it's like that's when if you're gonna do it as an athlete, it's probably when you should do it. Just stay your ass at home when you're gonna do it.
Right.
The Indians still winning. I think the
Oh,
magic
yeah.
number is 6. We did drop 2 to Detroit, but we won a big one. And we just won, I think, last night. So the magic number right now is 6. The Indians probably will go on to win the American League. I think we have the best chance in a long time to win the World Series. Cleveland, get ready. Stand up, support your team, please, because they are playing. They're playing good. They're playing great. This Sunday, the Browns play, I don't know, Miami Dolphins, I think it is. Lord be with us. We just gonna all say a prayer Sunday at 12:55 and hope the coach don't get hurt. Shit, because this is ridiculous.
Right.
Man. I don't know what to say other than fuck Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm out.
Fuck the Steelers. Thank you, PJ, for sports. And now it's time for my little segment that we like to call.
Oh my goodness. If it isn't Little Miss Attitude. She rushing. Girl. Ain't nobody got time for that. I am not the one, boo-boo. You said what? Hold my baby.
The ratchet nose.
First off, that introduction
It's crazy.
that's like a big ass ratchet. That's like
It's supposed to be
you could
supposed to be
unscrew
ratchet.
anything with that damn ratchet.
It's supposed to be ratchet,
Y'all get it?
bro.
I place a play on the word ratchet.
First of all, I was on YouTube, and not even on YouTube, but on Instagram. And I got a video. It's going to play on YouTube right now, but y'all can hear it. It's funny as fuck. Listen.
A long motherfucking time. I ain't lying. I am not
Now,
lying.
for those who can't see it, this is a black woman painting herself with white paint.
This saving my life. This is saving my life. Yes, God, it is, honey.
She's serious.
You know what? The Lord woke me
It's meant to
up.
be a joke, but it's ratchet as fuck. She's painting herself with actual paint. If you can see the
Home
Painting
Depot.
herself with paint.
white
They
paint.
got this paint because white lives matter. That's fuck. White lives matter. White lives. Just white. White. White.
She don't lost her mind.
That was crazy.
So
as
wait a
fuck.
minute.
White lives matter. That was meant to be. It's not a serious thing. It's not a serious thing, but it was funny as hell.
First she was like black, and then she was white.
Right. It's crazy. If you saw the video, her whole face was white. She looked like Michael Myers with a blonde wig on.
I did see it, but I didn't
Dead.
listen.
She was butt naked. She had a fat ass too, by the way. And she was painted on, but it was crazy. It was a butter-esque ass. On to other news. There's another thing I saw on the internet, and it's crazy as hell to me. There is something where there's a post out here, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm definitely going to talk about it. Young Thug offers the game $100K to strip at his birthday party. And they said they don't know if Game responded because they had the nerve to write on the post that the Game's record sales haven't been that great, but he used to strip. He might go back to it.
Are they serious?
I hope they not. I hope they not, because Game's supposed to be a gangster motherfucker and all that shit. And if he could strip for this gay motherfucker,
First off,
then there's something wrong.
Is he gay?
We don't know.
Okay.
The album cover tells us something. But
I'm just gonna say I hope that maybe he was having a party and like it was like one room was for men and one room was for women.
Yeah, you reach it.
maybe
You
he
reach
likes
it.
the
And
women.
maybe,
You reach it,
and
bro.
maybe like
You
they
reach it,
requested
bro.
it, so he
You
tried
reach
to
it,
see.
bro. You
I'm
reach
just
it.
saying, man.
You
I
reach
said I
it.
hope that's what
You
he
reach
did.
it.
but
You know
damn.
that nigga probably got. All right. In other ratchet news, they have a new invention now. It makes it easier for motherfuckers who want to fuck outside in their car. They have a blow-up bed that fits right between your car seats and makes your back seat into a actual bed where you can actually get some ass in the car.
Yeah.
If you blow up a mattress and go through all that, why not just go get a room?
Sometimes you don't want to get her.
But you waste the whole point of doing it in your
Maybe
car.
you ain't got no money for the room, but you
Bed
got
bugs in a motel. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't want to.
But I thought it was the whole.
It's spontaneous. He might have it
This is-
blown up
this is-
already. It might be already blew up.
This is what
It might already be blowed up.
This is gonna prove my point about the word ratchet and why white people shouldn't use it. This is the ratchet news, and,
Right, and you
the white
just don't get
girl
it,
is
buddy,
over
do you?
here trying to justify it and said this is why it's ratchet. That's why it's ratchet news. She was just trying to figure it out. You can't figure ratchet shit out. All right,
Yeah.
it's ratchet, and that's why it's ratchet. It just doesn't understand. It's unscrew.
It doesn't make
just,
any. It's not meant to make sense, butter.
So, Caucasian lady, I need you to just go with the flow, okay?
I got another one.
Roll
That's another
with
one.
us.
Does it make sense to you?
See,
Here's some other ratchet shit. Of course, they got my man Jerry on the front of this NBA 2K17 holding a bottle of hen. It's supposed to be the alternative cover.
Who is it on the cover?
JR for the Cavs.
You mean J.R. Smith? Because you
Did I say Reed? I did say Reed. I've been
That dude
drinking.
ain't played. He ain't played in like 15 years.
Yeah, I've been drinking, man. I've been drinking. But they got J.R. Smith on the front of this NBA 2K. One with his back with his shirt off, holding a cigar, and then standing here like this with a bottle of hen.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I just bought that game.
And somebody gonna have the nerve to say, "I hear it come with some pit bull. I mean, a pint of Red Bull." Niggas is ignorant,
right?
That's all I'm saying. And then
that
finally,
makes sense. Niggas is ignorant.
Niggas is ignorant.
Because the word nigga means ignorant. But anyway,
the degradation of black folks.
There we go.
Hashtag degradation. And finally, in ratchet news, the top ratchet news, we got my man, one of the most prolific, ostentatious speakers ever to enunciate a word. Don King.
Here we go.
What did he do?
In Cleveland Heights at the church, Donald Trump was here.
And he
used the N-word. He didn't say nigga. He said Negro.
No, he said nigga.
He did say nigga. Okay,
he said Negro a few times. Then he said nigga and act like he made a mistake and said it.
And it's like,
and yeah, it blew up.
And my man T.I. wasn't happy about it.
Don, but if you see, he was introducing Don.
If you're rich, you're a house Negro. You're a rich Negro. If you're a broke black man, you're a broke Negro. If you're an educated man, you're an educated Negro. It was like,
where you going with this?
It didn't have no sense to it. But T.I. had something to say about it. And when you're a spineless soul selling coon, you're a soul selling coon nigga. You owe Steven off the Django Uncle Ruckus in real life.